Hi, I'm Betty Martin. I'm the developer of the Wheel of Consent and the developer and creator of the 5-day training on the Wheel of Consent, which is called Like a Pro. And I've had the honor of bringing in other teachers and facilitators over the years. And Marcia is one of those. And I'm just thrilled to be teaching with Marcia on occasion. And I I brought Marcia on, gosh, years ago, a long time ago, and we used to teach it together. And we would add an extra day when you brought your own material, which was really fun.
hmm
So I'll come back to that in a minute. But go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Marcia Baczynski or Marcia B. And yeah, I came to this work because I've known Betty for a long time because I co-founded Cuddle Party back in 2004, and Betty came and was a Cuddle Party facilitator and was helping us out with that. And then through that she taught me the 3-minute game, and then as you got deeper into the Wheel of Consent, I was right behind you
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, this is cool. Um And over the years, I've done a lot of communication coaching, boundary coaching, helping people figure out what they want, why they don't ask, what they do instead. I've written a book called Creating Consent Culture, a handbook for educators. And in 2022, Betty and I went on a tour together, a book tour for both of our books up the West Coast. And we camped the whole way, and it was great. And I'm just really passionate about this work. I'm really passionate about in everything that I have done in my entire career. The thing that sort of stands out is that there's a moment where we realize that we want something and we have to say something about it or decide that we're not gonna. But
yeah,
once we notice it, you can't unsee it. And I'm fascinated by that moment. I'm fascinated about it with sex. I'm fascinated about it with cuddling. I'm fascinated about it with negotiating in a work context. I'm fascinated about it in relationships, like anything, you name it. That bare
that's
moment
the
of
point.
vulnerability is the thing that I am obsessed with.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that makes sense knowing you these years. Yeah, yeah. Well, one thing I really appreciate about teaching with you, Marcia, is your humor, playfulness, and your ability to take disparate thoughts that may be happening around the room, different questions, different ideas, and sort of spark and put them together and come up with, oh, that's what this has to do with this, and this is how this fits together, and this is how this works. And I really love seeing you do that and be able to respond on your feet nimbly with the people in the room. And also your body of work, there's some overlap with what we do, of course, but your body of work um, is more practical, more useful in some way. You know, the Wheel of Consent is a practice,
hmm
and people will often say, "Well, what do I do in this situation? What do I do in that situation?" And I say, "Go ask Marcia," because that's where your work, I think, really shines and complements what we do at the wheel. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What would you say your special sauce is?
Well, I definitely think, yeah, I do bring a lot of playfulness and humor to things, and I definitely I have years and years and years of facilitating group discussions, so that
Hmm.
weaving the threads together and trying to find through lines is a specific and special satisfaction of mine. Um, and I think you kind of touched on it, but I think like one thing that I'm very focused on is like how can we make this pragmatic? How can we make this
Hmm.
practical? I really love abstract concepts, and I'm really into theory, and I like understanding how power dynamics and how, consent works, and how all these, gender, and, that can get very heady and very theoretical. But at the end of the day, I'm like, how does it apply to your
Hmm.
life right now? What's something that you can use? What's something you can walk out of the room with and apply immediately? And that's always
Hmm.
my goal when I teach, is to make sure that as much as you may be having a profound internal experience, and I hope for that, and I do a lot to foster that. What I also want you to walk out with is something that you can actually use tonight. use with
Mm,
your family, use with your friends, use with your kids, use with your partner. That's the good stuff. It's like, is it
yeah.
useful?
What a team. What a
Yeah.
team. So y'all come and take the workshop with Marcia and me and the other teachers, and we'll see you there.
I'll see
Thanks
you
for
there.
joining us on our team.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
Yeah.